the King of Heroes Gilgamesh coming up in the 4.4 update and the part 2 of the FATE collab. Today I'm here with the pre-farm guide, taking you over everything you do need to know in order to prepare for him. This includes all the general materials such as books, credits, and the mats, ascension materials, trace materials, Wood Echo of War, and even relic and ornament recommendations. Do note this video does not account for his Lycon or any Lycon for that matter. It just will be accounting for Gilgamesh himself, taking him from level 1 to 80, maxing out every single trace he does have, and then the relics that you would most likely run for him as of now. Stuck grinding in Honkai style? Need stellar jades fast? We've got you covered. Head over to U7 Buy, your ultimate gaming hub for save fast and cheap in-game top-ups. Whether it's Star Rail or your other favorite games, U7 delivers instantly and players love it. Check out their Trustpilot reviews, they're actually top ranked. On the Honkai Star Rail direct top-up page, you can recharge your account in seconds. For example, 8080 Honorific shards cost $99.99 in the official store. However, on U7 Buy, you can see the price is cheaper. When you head over to U7 Buy, you might notice that the storefront display prices currently match the in-game store, but don't worry, the magic happens at checkout. Once you click the buy now button, your total instantly drops to our actual discounted price only. Just pick your server, enter UID, pay securely, and boom, your account is instantly loaded. Want extra savings? Use code PRETSR at checkout for 5% off, perfect for last minute pulls, battle passes, or surprising a friend. And here's a bonus. If you spend $80 a month on U7 Buy, you can grab the Honkai Star Rail Express Pass for only 1 cent, which is nearly free. Click on the link in my description, recharge fast, save more, and keep blazing those trails. So starting it off with the general materials, purple books wise, you will need about 290 in order to take them from level 1 to level 80. And then for credits, you will need roughly about 3.3 million credits in order to have enough for everything. Tracks of Destiny amount as per usual is going to be a total of 8 if you do want to max out every trace he does have. And the general materials he is going to be using are these ones right here, which I supposedly had no purple versions, but you know, I fixed that. Anyway, the total amount you would need is 56 green ones, 71 blue ones, 73 purple ones in order to have enough. Since this is like a 1.0 material, if you played the game for a long time, you have a bunch here. Like I didn't have some and I just had a bunch of this to craft into them. And now I'm set for like a lifetime. If you don't have enough, just first be sure to set your assignments to it, as it would give you enough over time. That's how I had so many and how many people have a bunch of these. Let's say you're a newer player watching this in the future, or you're just someone low on it and you're watching this in the future as well. All you have to do is check which enemies would actually drop it. Right here, when you click on it, it tells you right here at what equilibrium level. You can click on it, it's gonna track it, and then you can go there, go around, defeat the enemies. If you have Finon, or if you have Silver Wolf SP, or you have Akron, you don't even have to engage with the enemies that are not considered elite. You can just one-shot them, get your materials. It'll be very easy to finish this up and also very quick. Also, if you happen to have a bunch of these, which probably everyone does, you wouldn't even really need to do that either. The Stagnant Shadow Ascension material he's going to be using is the one from the Shape of Soundburst, so don't do the one from Mechwolf, Doom, or Fulmination. It's going to be the one at the Dove Brook District. The total amount you would need is 65. It's very easy to knock out Stagnant Shadow. As I always recommend, for your first actual stamina-related activity, it should always be Stagnant Shadow, just because you get 5 per run at the highest equilibrium level, and so you can literally knock this out with a full day's worth and a little bit worth of stamina. And it's also skip ticketable like traces, which we'll get into in a second. So very easy to knock that out the way. If you need the location for whatever reason, it is right here, as it did say, Dobrook District in Planar Arcadia. This is the newest one for Ascension. It is right over here. The trace of materials he's going to be using is from Bud of Destruction, the brand new one from Inkford. It's not the one at Scale Gorge or the one in Storage Zone. This brand new one in also Planar Arcadia, requiring a total of 18 green ones, 69 blue ones, and 139 purple ones. Since there's a bunch of time till 4.4, and there'll be even slightly more time till the FATE collab starts, you are sitting on a lot of time to farm this, but I highly advise you to get this done as soon as possible, just because once you finish it, you finally don't have to worry about it. And let's say you procrastinate for a while and then you actually have to do it, and then you realize it's only like, oh, there's a week left, 4.4 started, it's not much time. It does take traces a while and they're very cringe, so I just highly recommend the moment you finish Stagnant Shadow to hop on this as soon as possible. And the quicker you finish as of now, the quicker you can get into relic farming. You also need the location for this. It is right here on the map. The Echo of War material he's going to be using is the actual one from Eternal Freeze, the Kokolia boss fight, requiring a total of 12 of these. Since they don't really make characters that use these anymore, you might be like me where you really just don't have much. I still have enough, but sometimes you'll have even less. You get 3 per run at highest equilibrium level, so you just need to use all 3 runs from that week and then 1 extra and you would have enough. And it's also very accessible to early players, because I guess they don't want them to be locked behind a super later boss such as Iron Tomb or maybe even an upcoming one. So yeah, the Fate characters are using earlier ones, and for Gilgamesh, it's specifically the one from Kokolia's boss fight. Now for some relic farming and relic recommendations. Currently, and one that's probably going to stay one of his best in slots, that goes to actually just Scholar, with an 8% increase to crit rate with 2-piece and the 4-piece increasing damage by skill and ultimate by 20%, and additional damage for skill by 25% when using ultimate for that next instance of skill. As of now, it seems like Gilgamesh is heavily focused on his ultimate, and this is one of the best sets you can run on him. 2-piece just makes him easier to build, 4-piece increases the 2 sources of damage he does have with skill and ultimate. Unfortunately, there isn't a reverse Scholar because his ultimate is the heavy portion of his damage, and I am very fairly, I don't even know what that word is, fairly certain that it's going to remain that way. And so this is one of the best increases you can get for that, and then the additional 25% for skill. Unfortunately, his skill as of now is very mediocre, but of course, all that stuff can change. But right now, and probably even later, maybe it does become the 100% best in slot as it is right now. A Scholar is always good to actually farm, and since it is one of his best, if not his best, it's very efficient because it's paired with Relieved Ordeal, so you're getting a very valuable set to farm, and Scholar is just used on so many characters, so you have a lot of chances to upgrade characters. Another set that does currently work on him is a Poet, with the 2-piece being useless, but the 4-piece works because he currently isn't built with speed. Decreases the wearer's speed by 8%, having 95 speed or lower will be able to increase the wearer's crit rate by 32% entering battle. You would have to have it before entering battle. If you have above 95 entering battle, it won't work as it does state. This is just really for any characters that can use this and they're really built slow. 32% crit rate is an insane amount of crit rate, and since you really don't build him with speed right now, and probably won't really at all, and he's actually able to enter that below 95 threshold, this is really good, especially if you have pieces that allow you to get a very good crit ratio, because you get to focus a lot more on attack percent and crit damage. So if you have really good pieces for that, you can also very much, as of now, use Poet. If you strictly have to run 2-piece for now until you're farming one of those and get that done, you can suffice with just 2-piece crit, attack percent, or lightning damage. The ones with crit rate are 2-piece Scholar or 2-piece World or Making. Crit damage is 2-piece Wave Strider or 2-piece Ever Glorious. Attack percents go to the Hero set, the Wind Soaring set, the Dot set or Prisoner set, and also Musketeer 2-piece. And then the 2-piece Lightning would be 2-piece Band of Sizzling. When it comes to planar ornaments, he is actually going to be seeming to get a brand new one in the 4.4 update. That is going to be the best in slot for him, so you do want to save your actual farming for that. But if you want to have a set in the meantime before you actually are able to farm it, which the beauty of it is you will have that little grace period after 4.4 starts, since the FATE collab won't start right away, so you'll have like a little over a week to get anything on that set. That's where you want to save stuff like stamina refreshes, but in the meantime, you can just use something like Inner Salsado on him because it does focus for ultimate, gives crit rate 50% or higher, where ultimate and follow-up damage increase by 15%. He doesn't have a follow-up attack, you ignore that, but just because it increases his main source of damage and practically all the source of damage being ultimate. That really is the only one you want to run, since it's like the only one that really increases ult damage that he can use. So yeah, if you're not going to be using the new one, or you just need something in the meantime, just get Salsado, then you would farm the new one in the 4.4 update. And that is the full pre-farm guide for the King of Heroes Gilgamesh. I do hope you found this video helpful. If you did, dropping a like would be greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel or haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon for future videos like this, along with all the types of style content. And comment down below your favorite Crisis Heir, because why not? Anyway, see ya.